Buzzing. Okay, I definitely hit go live at 7:30, so I'm good at streaming now. It's so damn hot in here. Time for photography in Zelda. Okay, now. Yay! What's up, bro? He's died in a second here. Well, enjoying the stream. Don't forget. Yeah, you must be. Who wouldn't enjoy a standby screen? You know what I mean? Of course. Yeah, just follow the stream, please. Oh, please. And the screen freezes all the time. It's like, what? What? Cherry's Jubilee. And that's it. Okay, I think we're ready to go. I'm late for a very important stream. Princess Zelda. Dude, what is that song I'm thinking of? This funny song Not prep for it. Nope. Nope. To save the Princess Zelda. Do. Okay, all right. Ooh, okay. I think it's time to save the Princess Zelda. The Window Viper is coming. Okay. The Rock'em Sock'em Jetpack. Okay, let's do this. Redeems? Oh, I don't know.
A piece of that just.
Oh, nice. I was about to check if they were running perfect time and working on it. No press, no press. Okay. Yeah, okay. We're going to do a huge review. We got to get in there, man. Hello, all. Welcome to the Dark Room. I am Paul Mossy Hinton, the dude in the Dark Room, and it is Thursday, June 16th, which makes it a Triforce Thursday here in the Dark Room. And that means we are going to be doing some photography in Zelda Breath of the Wild. Very fun game to shoot photos in. If you want to check out any of our previous attempts at creating beautiful artwork, check out YouTube. We do have most of our previous streams uploaded for your viewing pleasure after the fact. Thank you, beautiful. Thank you. Everything should be up there to check out, any past streams or whatnot, along with what we are really working on when we're shooting in the game on the stream, which is our photography in Zelda Breath of the Wild video. That it's been a long time coming, I know. Got to build up that content for the video, though, But we're, when I'm shooting in here, we're getting little clips of our exploits, taking photos throughout Hyrule. We're also just kind of working on what we want to say about the photography in this game. In all honesty, most of what I want to say about it is pretty much wrapped up. But it's so much fun to shoot in here. I mean, this is going to probably be a regular game that we're shooting in on the stream for a little while at least. Maybe when Breath of the Wild 2 comes out, that will change. We'll see. And Nintendo does. They have people watching my stream for advice on what to change about the next game. And I'm confident that everybody is gonna love the ideas that I'm making, and I'm gonna share with the Nintendo team to make the game just so much better than it could be without my advice. So I'm really proud that they love what I do. Anyway, hope everyone's having a good night. Hope you're all ready to have some fun and shoot some photos in the game. We're all, I highly encourage. We are all highly encourage you to belong your base to us, which means if you shoot photos in a game while I'm shooting photos of the game, you're getting some definitely multiplied points. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. That was sinking into a deeper and deeper hole that I'm digging myself into when I say shit. Anyway, I highly encourage playing some games while I game, taking photos in whatever game you enjoy taking photos in. And then if you do take some awesome photos in something or in real life, we have a pretty sweet Discord community that would absolutely love to see your work. And I would very much love to see your work. I really enjoy in-game photography and real-life photography, obviously, and would really love to see what everybody else is doing with their creativity. And I will try to be sharing more stuff on there as well. I've said it once, and I will say it a million more times. I'm really bad with social media in general and keeping up with that kind of stuff. I think I have like 2,000 unread notifications, which I know I'm going to change my notifications pretty soon, so I don't just keep adding onto the pile in some regards. But I have like 2,000 missed notifications on Discord, and it's not my personal, it's not the our darkroom Discord, but rather a lot of the other Discord communities that I'm a part of that I just don't get around to checking out and visiting as much as I would hope. Just don't have the time, too much to do. And so I'm saying with peace and love, forgive me if I miss any posts on there. I'm trying to be better about that, trying to get better, which I will over time. Okay, I promise. What else do I got? I know I also said a million times, I need a good list that I have written down of my prompts for what I gotta say before we jump on, but I don't think there's much. Thank you, Ringo. Yeah, we can get a Ringo Redemption. Ringo Redemption. That sounds like a good title for something. When I hear the name Ringo outside of the context of the Beatles, it's so strange to me. Like, it took me like a split second to redeem Ringo, because the first thing I thought of was the lizard movie, which is fitting because that lizard I think is a chameleon, right? And it's very similar to the Lizalfos in this game, so that's fun. That's kind of a fun thing. We are the same height. That is neat. Yeah, but other than shooting photos in this game, I don't think there's much I got for you guys. Nothing else to say except for that. Let's shoot some photos. Let's get in there and shoot some photos. It's gonna be a while to review. Always takes a long time to review our shots from the previous stream. So why don't we get right down to it? I feel like I'm forgetting something. I always forget something. This is why lists are great, man. I gotta get on that. I'm working on it. Anyway. Let's jump in because this review is going to be a doozy. It's going to be a doozy. We got a lot of stuff. A lot of cool shots from last time. It was a very, very fun night of photography. Did I finish beating this talus? Yeah, I beat the talus. Okay. And the moon is down. It was our last little adventure on Death Mountain, fighting the Igneo Talus here, and we got a beautiful shot, which you'll see in a second, of the moon just going just behind and through this little archway here. So cool. Oh, some of these images. I'm kind of over this image of this Lionel. You know what I mean? Like, it's a cool shot. Don't get me wrong. This is like a very early shot in our streaming history. This is like, I think, if not the I think I might have been either the first or the second stream. This is definitely from the first stream, and I love this one, and I will keep this one for a little while until we at least go back here. I do love, this is actually one of my favorite particular spots in the game, this little peninsula with these small little bitty ruins that don't have... I don't believe that has a specific name. Right here. Yeah, I guess you could call it Tarn Point. Okay. But the ruins themselves, there's no name for this little thing. And I actually very much do enjoy... I know I talk a lot of shit. What focal length would you wager to guess Sheikah Slate lens is? You know what? We could probably... And that's actually a good question, brother. Because we could probably do like a good estimate by finding something in the game that we have like at least an idea for a relative size of that object. And then we can try to position ourselves at an estimated distance from that object and go to our widest focal length, and try to estimate what that would be. We can maybe do that. Maybe not tonight, but that is a really good call, actually. I would say though, just off of my, I mean, it's pretty wide. The widest focal length here. I don't know, dude. I'll say like at I'll go with like it's like a 18 to 20 millimeter on the wide side, maybe, and then like probably like a 200 to 250 on the long end, which would make it a 10x zoom ratio. That's my like first estimated guess. I could be very far off. I'm honestly not good. I've never been good at, like, I could never judge, and in my opinion, there's like it's a lot of missing information just looking at a single image and trying to decide what focal length it was shot at. There are sometimes there's some evidence held. Thank you.
Okay.
There is some easy way, like if it's shot with a fisheye, you know. Although fisheyes, just being a fisheye lens doesn't really explain what focal length it is, because I have fisheyes of various focal lengths. Also, obviously, depends on the sensor format or the film format size, all that great stuff. But for instance, I have a 12 millimeter fisheye for my full frame camera, and then I also have a 15 millimeter fisheye for my full frame camera. Obviously, the 12 has a slightly wider angle of view. But that right there, I mean, you know, I would say I should be able to guess if it's a fisheye that it's, you know, at least like a 14 or 15 millimeter lens. But then, like I said, I mean, there's 12 millimeter fisheyes. There's 8 millimeter fisheyes that are full circular fisheyes, on a full frame. Oh, ooh. Anyway, that's my first guess. So, but like I said, let's do at some point. That's a good piece of information for the photography in Zelda. 15 millimeter fisheye. Well, my brother John has a 15 millimeter fisheye that became mine. Well, it's here. You let me, you know, it's here, man. I got a couple of your C stands, and I got your fisheye. Also, this is being recorded right now with your 17 to 40 millimeter lens. Thank you. Anyway, let's review. Let's pop our review because it's gonna take a while. We'll start with the obligatory self-portrait. Actually, a pretty fun self-portrait. I don't mind this one. I don't mind this one as much as a lot of the self-portraits, but I also don't really want to save any of the self-portraits. And this one, I mean, it's all right. I like that we're holding up the boon in our little hand. I wish I could have tilted up to include the entirety of that rock, so it wasn't just splitting the sky and leaving a little sliver on the left side of the frame and opening up on the right. But anyway, we don't really save those obligatory self-portraits, so I was like, whatever. We'll get in. Let's not even get into the talus shots yet, because it's gonna take me a minute to look through those. Let's do some easier ones. I can tell you right now, we're not gonna save this one. I do like this shot. The color is gorgeous. It's at sunset, and the color is gorgeous. This would not have been anywhere near as great looking if the talus itself was not composed in front of that darker rock face, that darker backdrop behind it. He would have blended in with the color and the shade of the sky behind him, and I'm glad it's actually kind of cool that he ended up placed right in that darker backdrop to make him stand out. So that looks kind of cool. But the whole left side of the frame is pretty boring. Not much going on. I do like the color. I love color gradients. Obviously, most people seems to be a enjoyable feature to add to artwork or imagery. But this one, nah. Other than that, no. And then we got the talus during the day. Maybe I'll compare. We almost got. I mean, I'm actually kind of glad we shot out a little bit during the day with him, because it did give me some ideas on how I could compose for that particular landscape during our battle at this moment at night, which was we had a very short period of time before that moon left that spot in the sky, and it went behind the arch, and we lost our ability to grab any more shots. But anyway, I'm really stoked on some of these ones that we did get. Did I delete the first one? I think this was the first one. In all honesty, I think some of these subsequent shots are a little bit better for a couple of reasons. Again, we'll go into that in a second. Hang on. The day shot, we'll save that for now, again, just to compare. We did this Lizalfos guarding this bridge, blowing us as usual. But I don't know if I'm going to keep any of these ones. We have that great shot of the Fire Breath Lizalfos guarding this shrine, which is really cool. I like that shot. But I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever want to keep. I mean, it had to be a pretty good Lizalfos shot. I just don't think this wasn't the best. I did really love that arch, obviously, and that's why we stuck with this. We stuck into this area for a while, and then we shot out the day and night cycle, and got these awesome shots of the talus. But it just doesn't. I don't know. It's kind of a simple looking image, in my opinion. I mean, there's just more exciting things. Like, I mean, even the shot of this choo-choo, I think I enjoy it better overall. So let's just delete all these Lizalfos. Let's not even. I don't even want to worry about trying to describe the slight differences in these guys and what I do and do not like. I mean, bottom line is I don't think this shot at all is that exciting. Maybe this one. I guess maybe I'll save one for now. His weapon in this first shot is like, it's a perfect angle. We're always talking about we don't like it when the blade of the weapon or whatever it is, or if it's a pole arm or whatever, is pointed directly at the camera, and you're just seeing the thinnest perspective on it. It doesn't read as a weapon. It doesn't read as sometimes it doesn't look like, you can't tell if they're holding anything with how thin the weapon can be. And in this case, it's perfect because his hand, he's got it slightly turned towards camera, cheating the largest face of the weapon. That Lizalfos boomerang, I think, is what there's something called like that. Tri-boomerang Lizalfos, or is it just called Tri-boomerang? Let's go to the compendium and find out. It's the Lizal, no Fauxt, Lizal Tri-boomerang. And so anyway, it's a good example of a good perspective on a weapon that otherwise, like here in this image, it is parallel, or I mean, the flattest face is what we're seeing. The thinnest side of this weapon is what we're seeing, and it looks terrible. No, let's just delete that one for that reason. Same with this one. No, that's why. I mean, I like that first one. Again, seems to be kind of the most complete, so I'll save that one for now, but it is definitely on the chopping block. I'm not as concerned about deleting too much stuff in this game. Or, I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not as worried about deleting or saving too many images, because we have the ability to delete them while the game is paused mid-battle. So if I take a shot and it says camera roll full, everything is frozen. We can go in and make some room. It's not as big of a deal as Fallout, which not as easy to make room on the camera because there's no way to pause. So we're running out of camera roll space, and then we have to kind of just bail on whatever situation we're in or finish the battle that we're in, and then open the camera and go through everything, which burns the daylight or the night light in the case that we really want things to be in Fallout. We're really trying to shoot the night cycles as much as possible. Actually, in both these games, to be honest, the night cycles are so cool. But this game, so again, I'd err on the side of trying to save a little bit more, and then deleting them as we go. This was real fun doing these blasting shots in Elden Canyon. Absolutely loved doing that. I might actually go back really quick. I was just curious. I don't think the enemies are going to be there again, because I think we have to wait for the blood moon to rise. But we will probably go back here at some point. That was just so much fun, and it's such an interesting little mini game. I love this shot. Again, this shot would have been cool. We mentioned this. This shot would have been absolutely gorgeous at night. Because right here you can't even see the Lizalfos, and I get the feeling like they would have stood out a lot better at night. Because also this is closer to sunset when you're getting that overall warm color cast across the whole image, and it almost blends all the colors together, and everything gets kind of lost, or at least in this case, so much orange and red, which isn't bad to have, you know, like a color scheme overall, but since our main subject is getting a little bit lost on those rocks that they're standing on, it kind of ends up being a bummer. Good timing on the bomb about to drop onto their face. Death Mountain looks gorgeous. But again, at night, this could have been, if we got this at night with the moon rising, which, as we saw, the moon comes up just behind that little archway on the bottom left-ish corner of the frame. It would have been probably too low if we did wait for the moon. It would have been too low to the horizon to get the shot we would have wanted. And that's something also, again, I've been wanting to try to get a good idea of if the cycle of the moon, if it changes its position in the sky, if there's a cycle to that, or if it's always rising and falling in the same spot, and the only difference is the shape of the moon, if it's going from more crescent to fully rounded. Not sure. I do not know. Anyway, if that was the case, if it did shift its position in the sky, we might be able to get a shot of it a little bit higher on the horizon in the sky for this exact type of shot. But I don't have that answer right now. Anyway, this shot, no. Let's just delete that. Just kind of, I wanted to say that more to remind myself to go back at night and try to get a good shot of that exact situation at night. I think that'd be really cool. This shot's pretty epic. Again, though, it's like the Lizalfos itself is getting pretty lost on that platform, and there's not really much else. I mean, the explosion. Thank you. This explosion looks pretty cool, but other than that, it's like, no flying Lizalfos, nothing fun. The sky this is right after sunset, so there's nothing fun going on in the sky. Nothing fun going on in the landscape anywhere else around the image. No. But this was our first attempt shooting these blasting shots with Bomberman Link. So we will again go back here, try to get some cooler stuff. I'll probably only end up keeping this one. This is my most successful in terms of getting it as close to what I had visualized. This is as close to perfection as we got. Like this second shot, one like a split second too late. Although in this one, the Lizalfos should be flying around in that debris somewhere. It's just so hard to tell where they are and make out anything that's flying through the air because so much is up there. So no, let's delete that one. Again, I really do like this one just because it's a great timing on the explosion. The composition is pretty cool. The moon looks great. I do kind of love those heat, the hot air rising, those wisps coming up from those hot air pockets. That looks kind of cool. I probably could have been panned to the right and tilted down just a tiny bit. I would have rather included a little bit more of the cannon and a little bit less of that rock on the left side of the frame. It doesn't feel unbalanced that much. I mean, I do kind of wish, again, I was tilted down. I would have loved to have seen the point of impact that fire arrow had, but that actually might have made the moon rise a little bit too high towards the top of the frame, and then maybe that wouldn't have felt comfortable. I like the headroom that we have on the moon. It's just that foot room on that fire arrow hitting the ground, and I, again, just wish I had a tiny bit of a pan to the right so I could see a little bit more of that, of the cannon. But that's fine. We're going to keep that shot. Still beautiful. This is funny because it's like the split second before the explosive effect did anything to the Lizalfos standing there. And I want to say this is probably the best. I mean, well, we have a Lizalfos in flight right there, which is great. Just not the best, but still pretty cool. This is probably the best like explosion with the best looking Lizalfos in the frame. Maybe. I mean, he's just standing there though. He isn't flying. If he was flying forward and had his arms outstretched, like he was actually being affected by that explosion, that could have been really cool. But I mean, it's like there's nothing other than that central area where the explosion is happening. It's pretty devoid of any interesting elements in the frame. Really, this would be a great little vertical shot. We could crop right around that rock that the platform was standing on. Just crop the sides, and then it would have made a much better or a much more stronger composition. So nah, let's just not save that one. This is a pretty good attempt at Lizalfos in flight due to explosive effect. The body does not look that great though. Like I think it would be hard for someone to tell what that is flying through the air. Lizalfos are humanoid enough, but they don't when the enemies fly in this game, they don't seem to sprawl out as much, and they also don't seem to get quite as much lift to them as we're getting in Fallout 76 when we're shooting the enemies in flight. So I think I might just delete both of these. I don't think there's any reason. Again, it's really cool that we got enemy in flight. We want to try to get those shots as much as possible, but I don't know. I don't think this is the best example. The sky looks pretty cool though. Nice blues, some good clouds there. Geography on the bottom side of the map is kind of like whatever, kind of boring. Let's just delete both of these. These are not. I'm not. Other than again the guy flying through there, that looked kind of cool. But nah. And we had at the beginning of the stream, we had a fallen star that we were chasing down. Because we did shoot a nice photo of it falling above Goron City. This shot, I do like this shot, but it's I think we could do a better. I think we could get a much better Goron City shot. I just don't know if we're ever gonna get a Goron City shot with another star shooting star or falling star in the sky. That was a pretty rare event. I'll save it for now. But we ended that stream and began our previous stream with chasing this star fragment down and trying to get a good composition. I really was not the happiest camper about any of these shots. I think the benefit of doing this is that I did take note of those red circles that plume out from the red laser beam coming from the Divine Beast. And now having seen the seen that effect, I know I can add that and make those little lines, or I can wait for the timing on those, and add a little bit more dimension and texture to that red line, because when it's just a red line going through the sky, sometimes it can look kind of weird. Sometimes it looks really cool, sometimes it looks weird. I think I like this one where the light emanating from the fallen star fragment is actually intersecting at the point of the laser beam where that little circular plume is coming out. That makes that kind of interesting in my opinion. Unfortunately, this was later in the night. This is right before our night cycle ended. And so we don't have the beautiful stars in the night sky, but I almost like, maybe I almost like the sunrise color better. I also wish here I would have panned to the left maybe a little bit more. I would have loved, I like in this first shot how we can see the entire stream of lava on the bottom left corner, all the way from the foreground into the background. That's kind of cool. And I kind of wish I had that view. You can see a little bit of it here. I guess it's not that bad. I just like that. It feels nice to have that leading line down through the lava there in a way. But either way, I think I would keep this one with that intersecting lights, lasers, blend in next to each other. So yeah, I'll just save that one. I'll just save that one for now. I'm not even that excited about that one either, to be honest. It was kind of a bad spot for that star fragment to land. That was the problem. I do not have any way to determine where it lands or what we're gonna find when we go over there, so kind of hard to make it any better. We just have to get what we get, you know. So yeah, delete all these, save that one. Yep, just save that one. Just save the one. Again, this one is also up for deletion. We did break those rocks, the illuminated stone. What are those called? Those are called the stones, which I looked up last time. Luminous stone deposit. We broke up in one of those luminous stone deposits. In fact, this compendium image we did capture during the previous stream. Kind of stoked on that there's like a little bit of the glowing fallen star fragment in the background behind the rock. That's kind of cool. But we cracked that open, and then those luminous stones came out. And we kind of used that as a separate element to kind of bring something else interesting into the frame, because we would have preferred some enemies here, maybe to make it look like they were guarding the fallen star fragment. But that didn't happen. So I love this choo-choo shot. We have a bit of a choo-choo portfolio going on. We got 2 shots at least. Is there only the 2? Yeah, I think there's only the 2. Yeah, no more choo-choo shots. We're working on it. Like I said, this one, though, this is an old shot. Let's delete this right now. It's just such an old shot, and I do want to come back to the Colosseum ruins in a subsequent stream again. That was like one of our first things, so I'm not going to go back to it for a while, but I just think this is way early on in our streaming, and I would have made some changes to what we were doing. I don't know. I just think this is kind of a simple shot. I could have waited a little bit, like a split second longer, let that Lionel get a couple more gallops closer to me. maybe here I would have also have enjoyed tilting up a little bit and had gotten a little bit more of those layers of the Colosseum floor. But anyway, yeah, still eat that one because we have better Lionel shots. I mean, again, this one will say that was a momentous first Lionel shot that we kept. We love our fallen star fragments, obviously. I will continue to keep my eye out, keep my camera out, and keep my eye out for those fallen star fragments. This one of the Blood Moon, I do really love this shot. I think it's going to be pretty rare unless I can calculate when the Blood Moon's going to rise somehow or anticipate it better, which I have not been able to do. It just has been happening randomly as we're playing. I mean, not randomly. There's obviously a cycle for it because it has to do with the phase of the moon. I guess I should just take note of when the moon is full. That's probably what would be a good thing to keep an eye on, because when the moon is full, obviously this is what happens either the day it's full or the day subsequent day. I guess I don't know if it's the day the moon becomes full or if it's the day after the actual full moon. That I'm not 100% sure about. This shot of this Lionel too is kind of boring now. We gotta get some better Lionel shots. We haven't shot all Lionel for a while. I'm gonna bet that we'll get some Lionel stuff around the beaches as we're gonna start doing beach, stick to the coasts during the summer streams that we're gonna be doing. So next Thursday on the 23rd, that will be our first summer stream, and then we're gonna head to the beach. We're just sticking with Death Mountain for now to keep things heated up. And in this shot, we were trying to stick with cold stuff because it was winter. But I'm not a big, I don't know. I think this shot, I think the light is kind of boring. No, I like it. I'll keep it for now. It is our best action Lionel shot. So maybe we'll keep it. I think it's hard to tell if you don't know what this enemy is and what its attacks are. I think it might be kind of hard to tell what's going on. The way his arm is swung backwards is like obscuring the arm itself, so it's kind of hard to tell. Again, being able to see all of the limbs and have all the limbs visible, that increases the legibility of what that creature is, in my opinion. Or it gives your brain a sense of orientation, I guess, on these creatures that have more limbs than we have and tails and such. So having those clearly visible is almost more important in this game than in Fallout 76, where most of the things that were flying, those are humanoid creatures or humans themselves, or had been human and are now, mutated or whatever. But things like this is a half man, half horse dude, or not even. It's like whatever. It's like the chimera of horse people or something. I don't know how to describe Lionels. It's like a lion face, man body. This one's a better idea. I mean, dude, this guy's putting in work for those abs though, man. Look at that. So it's like a humanoid kind of torso, lion face, and horse body. Is the tail something specific? That's why I said chimera. I was like, I just know chimera is like lion and goat and whatever else those things are made of, blended with. Either way, this shot's cool. We'll keep it for now. I do love this shot of the labyrinth. We do want to go. In fact, the labyrinths are all, or at least there is a labyrinth around the coastal areas. The North Lomai Labyrinth is situated very nicely right here, up here near this beach. So maybe as we're traveling through, like, I would love to shoot. We didn't shoot. Have I been to that island? Can you go there? Let me, like, pop a thing here. This little star point so we can remember to go check that out. I don't know if I've ever been to that little tiny patch of rock. Could be wrong. I would assume there's a Korok there. If there's not a Korok there, there's a Korok here. It's got to be Koroks like all up and down this beach, man. Anyway, we'll check that out. That's going to be summer stuff. I'll try to remember to use these stars whenever we take note of some place that we should check out. Try to remember. Let's just remove that pin. But we'll do another shot of some labyrinths, or at least that labyrinth, the North Lomai labyrinth. Wait, did I say that was north? Was that north? That's just Lomai Labyrinth Island. North, the one I'm looking at right now, that's North Lomai. That's right. Which is up in here. Yeah, North Lomai Labyrinth is there, you doofus. Is there what's the other labyrinth? There's like one more. Is there another labyrinth? Is this considered? Yeah, South Lomai. This is considered a labyrinth too. And then there might be one other one. I forget. Whatever. We don't even worry about that right now. Bottom line is we'll come shoot this one, which you did grab some cool shots of this the first time we shot it during a little lightning storm, but I think we can get better shots of that bad boy. I believe we can. But I'm gonna save it anyway because it's a momentous shot. This is the first. I think this is the first shot where. No, we did some structural shots. I knew I was gonna shoot some more structures. I don't know what I'm talking about. I was gonna say this is our first shot where I was shooting more of the architecture, but we did that first stream I did. We shot photos of Temple of Time. So you're a liar, Paul. This shot's pretty cool. This shot's getting kind of boring to me too. Maybe it's just because I've seen them so much. Is that why they get boring? That's probably why they get boring. Some of them I'm gonna save for a long time. Others we will delete. Definitely not deleting these choo-choo shots, though. I love the choo-choos, dude. We also love when our Blade Masters pop up. They usually add some flavor to wherever we're shooting. Which I've noticed they don't pop up on Death Mountain because it's probably too hot. It would be sweet. It'd be sweet if they had like different costumes for the different temperate zones. So they'd pop up in like a winter-based outfit and in like a Death Mountain, like if they popped up in like a little Bomberman outfit like I'm wearing, that's just all ninjutsu'd out or something. That'd be kind of fun. I'm kind of going back seeing if there's any of these other ones I'm gonna delete, but we don't need to. This shot of this moblin, this is pretty cool. I think I was saving it just because like I was thinking I need to save something from this battle that we did, but it's pretty boring. Kind of relatively boring shot. The moon looks cool, and the reason I think I like this one was, again, those hot air wafts coming up from the ground. In this case, it looks like the moonlight breaking through the clouds, kind of, even though they're not coming from the right direction in relation to where the moon is. But I guess that's our only good moblin shot. We have the stout goblin. Wait, no. Stout goblins? Moblin. Yeah, the big ones are moblins. Hey, was that Tingle? No, that was just me. I was like, was Tingle in this game? That's just me with a Tingle outfit. I think that was during the we did the St. Patty's Day stream. I think we got this shot during the St. Patty's Day stream. Very nice. Love that landscape shot. Love this. Love this shot of the Guardian with the moon rising just above the Hebra Mountains. Absolutely gorgeous. This spot was really fun to shoot in. We got to remember that for winter times. Winter times shooting. I guess I'll save. How much room do we have on the roll? First of all. Yeah, we gotta make room. We didn't even get into the Talus edit yet, so we're gonna cut that down quite a bit. I only want to save probably like one of those, maybe. They're all relatively the same. There's slight differences. So I guess I'll save this moblin for now. Nah, I know I don't like it. Just delete it. I know I don't like it. Goodbye. Saving the choo-choo. Again, we got our choo-choo portfolio that we're working on. Firebill the Zolfo's portfolio. Which, again, this one's definitely on the chopping block. It's like a runner-up to delete if we run out of space. Okay, let's get into the talus shots. Kind of bummed the rock on this guy's back, like the doesn't have any kind of glowing element to it. I think that would have been cool having that stand out. I guess like the golden chunks within the rock looks like they kind of glisten a little bit or glint. At least here I can kind of see a little bit of a glow coming from one of them or something. But like in some of these shots, the rock that's on his back doesn't look quite as good. Such rad stuff. It's going to be tough to decide between these. Okay, so this one, definitely not. This one, he's like about to throw his arm at us. I don't think there's enough breathing room with the landscape in the background for this to really look that cool. I think here I was attempting to see how it was going to feel if we completely put the archway riding the entirety of the top of the frame, creating the top of the frame with the arch. And I don't think it doesn't feel as cool as when you know that it's a rock archway. I think that kind of ruins it a little bit. I mean, the moon still looks really cool back there, but it just doesn't feel, it feels a little too constricted. It feels a little bit too claustrophobic. And here also, the talus has his arm just out, his left arm, if that's what you want to call it, his left rock thing, his left rock appendage, is just getting bitten into the bottom right corner of the frame. So let's just delete this one. This one's not as good as any of the other ones. There's not as much atmosphere here as well. Like a lot of the puffy stuff. Like here, I love how there's like those little plumes of smoke surrounding him in these shots. This shot's really cool. But these ones where it's closed off and he's cropped a little bit, his arm is just getting cut out. I'll delete those ones. I can say those ones are nowhere near as good as the first few that we got. So let's delete those. I mean, the first shot is so cool. I do wish, I think my only wish was that he was a little bit further back under the arch and we could see a little bit more of his shadow on the ground. That could have made this extra special. And the things I was looking at to make adjustments to here were spacing him out in relation to those lava falls behind, and also the embers, the small glowing pockets of molten area on the ground, separating him from all those things. He was riding, like in this one, for instance, the lava fall behind his head is actually going right through the top of his head. And I think that makes that look more like he's got a kind of little flame mohawk thing or something. Like you can't tell that that's a water or a lava fall anymore. And so I want that spacing between all the elements. And I think this one I achieved it the best, obviously, because he's not... he didn't have the lava flow growing out of his head. But also, I am looking at that very intensely. I don't know if that's something that reads to anybody else as an issue. The first shot we got has the most amount of the archway. I will point that out, and I think that's also why I like that shot so much. The other ones we cropped down and cropped in a little bit more, and then we lost the feeling of that full arc of that structure. And then I was going to compare. I know I'm not going to keep this daylight shot, but just for reference, though, it was the same concept here. Trying to separate. Thank you. Yeah, we're gonna ban the day shots, man. We're night people here. But just trying to separate those elements. It probably wasn't as important during the day, as those areas are not as prominent. They don't stand out as much as they do at night when it's this colorful. Those are that colorful and that different than the surrounding color. Damn, it's going to be hard to delete any of these. I guess I'll delete the 2 middle ones. Okay, let's just first go between these first 2. First one, we'll delete the day shot. We know we're not going to keep the day shot. Delete that. I think I'm holding... The first one I'm really holding on to internally because it's like that was the first shot. And it's awesome that we got... in the first take, in our first attempt at this location, we got a pretty good shot. But I don't know. I mean, I actually like I like this. I think I like this last shot maybe a little bit more. And again, that's only because like there's so much more separation to all the elements. I don't know where the moon looks best under the arch, though. That's a good question. And the 2 things that I'm looking at are, 1, I like how the pointed rock in the center of that arch is kind of pointing at the moon in these first couple shots, especially the first 2. In this one, it gets a little bit too high to look like it's situated directly at that point. And then the last shot, which I do like this one a lot, that is in the center at the top portion of the arch. And maybe that feels more balanced because then it's held within that little half circle. It's balanced within that little half circle. But I'm probably overthinking that quite a bit, as usual. I could tell you this. It's definitely not going to be these 2 middle ones, I don't think. I don't see any reason why any of those are better than the first one or the last one. I'm only noticing things that are worse about the composition, and which really it's just that lava coming out the top of his head that I wish we didn't compose like that, but that's okay. But it's going to be between this one where, again, we have perfect separation between basically all the elements in the frame. I also, I corrected for things like those little lava patches on the ground falling outside the border of the frame, which, again, maybe I'm just overthinking that. I corrected for the lava growing out of the talus. Added a little bit more of the arch on that top left corner, but that also kind of created a problem. Trying to include a little bit more of that arch, we actually created what I know is a trap triangle in the top left corner of the frame, where there's just that little portion of the sky between the rock and that corner of the frame, and it does distract. It does look kind of distracting. I wish I would have had just a full line of sky above the arch there. But it's no better. It's no better in these other shots. And these other shots have that flow growing out of his head. So why don't we delete the 2 center ones? Right? This is the first one. We like that one. No on this one. And then no on this one. And then we just have these 2... God, it's going to be so hard to choose. I think I like the last one, though, for a couple reasons. One, again, we fixed the glitch that is the lava flow growing right out of the top of his head. He actually had approached a little bit more, so he is more prominent in the frame. Not by much, but I think it's noticeable to make him feel a little bit more dominating. God, it's going to be so hard. And then the patches of lava on the ground, again, they're all held within the frame. In this first shot, we have that patch of lava on the right side, right bottom side. And that is just bleeding out from that side of the frame, whereas here we kept all those little pockets of molten lava in the frame, which, I don't know, I guess that doesn't really bother me that much. Honestly, the lava falling out of the guy's head or falling onto his head, that bothers me more. You can also see a little bit more of that central lava fall, but in this one we can see more of the left side lava fall. God, it's going to be hard to decide. I wish I could, like, do a vote thing. I'm sure I could. Which one would you like better, 1 or 2? Let's not, you know what, maybe we won't make this decision right now. Let's, like, thinks on Maximilian. Yeah, I don't want to jump to any conclusions here. The mist on this first one, though, is, like, much more behind the talus, and that kind of makes him stand out more, maybe. No, I don't know. That doesn't really make a big difference. I'm trying to see if, like, one of the atmospheres looks better or something. I think the second one, though, just feels better overall. But yeah, like I said, let's not even make that decision. We can let my brain process those images a little bit more. I do really love this shot of this Blade Master. My head's so crazy because sometimes I'll really enjoy some of these shots, and then on another stream I'll be like, that shot's not that good. And then the next week I'll be like, wait, but I really do love that shot. It's so crazy. Also probably depends on my mood and my general energy level. Maybe. Maybe? I feel like a little low energy today. I'll be honest. But we have plenty of room on the roll. We got 21 shots. And again, I'd rather not delete stuff now. Anyway, let's do a save. We got to save so that we're not gonna need to re-edit. That'd be a pain. Oh, this is such a cool little spot right here. But let's continue up this path. We're gonna go. Where does we're gonna find out where this leads. I think this just leads around to the back side of the mountain. Gut check rock. Oh yeah, that's kind of a fun little mini game over there. Maybe we'll go down there and check that out at some point. It's, you know, it fits the prototype. And then maybe we'll pop up to the top of Death Mountain and, like, dig around in here and try to see what we can get at the epicenter, the hottest point on Death Mountain. Is it more hot up there? I mean, it's all lava. It's all molten. Like, why would there be more? Well, I don't know. I mean, that's more elevated, so you think it would maybe get at least colder on the tips of these rocks than it would be down in here. I don't know, man. You know, I don't know. I don't know anything about temperature, to be honest. I know about color temperature. Don't know about atmospheric temperature. I'm sorry. I could also delete. I literally one day, obviously, as you can see, one day I went around mining all of the rocks around Death Mountain, and I was like, oh my gosh, such a big payday. And I was like marking every single one, or at least the larger. How is there not a Korok right there, dude? I think I remember checking that spot. That looks like a prime Korok spot, but whatever. I went around marking all these things, and then I ran out of stamps. And then I learned that there was a stamp limit, which you can see right here. Why does it say I only have... Oh, no, okay, I have 8 left. So I was going to say, I've only placed 9 out of 100. That doesn't make sense, but no, we have 9 left out of 100 possible stamps that we can place. But we're not going to run out of those right now. I saved, right? Did I save? Let's save again. Let's be safe about it. Let's be save about it and save again. Yeah, let's just keep going. Let's go see. We'll go see what's over here. Someone threatening me? What do I have? What weapon do I have? I don't have a weapon because we fought the Talus. Just use a sledge. We'll sledge it. Then we can break these rocks and not feel bad about wasting our good weaponry. Look out, Link! Whoa! It's a big lava fall. Whoa! Anything down there? No. It's a beautiful flow, though. Wow. No, we're gonna go through the arch and up here because this looks like the proper path. And there's like a little, yeah, another little bridge. Little one of these guys. These guys just die when you hold them, I think, right? Oh, dude, we'll get double choo-choo really quick. Come on, let's see, where would we want to place them? Well, there's that Fire Breath Lizalfos over here. Let's shoot them on the other side of the bridge, and then we can get the arch on the opposite side. I'm just gonna, I'm done with Fire Breath Lizalfos for a while. Those guys, I'm sick of getting blown by those guys, so I'm done. Oh, choo-choos, no choo. What? Is that it? They're just gone? But I'm here, dude. What? See if they, like, respawn if I leave. Oh, that's what we were gonna do. First, let me go first, just check. I'm just curious if down near the mine over here, can I spawn here? North abandoned mine? No. I can spawn here, though. I'm just curious if these enemies... like I said, I'm pretty sure they're not going to come back until Blood Moon, but... Yeah, never know. I would, if they were there, I might try to get another cool shot. Maybe. Probably not, though. We shall see. Shiamoa. Yeah, I wish I had Moa. More room on my camera roll. Take an arrow in your mouth. Oh, that could have been cool if I tilted up. Maybe we'll get another one of him. Run this way again. Let's... I like this guy really quick. Hang on. There's these lava falls right here. Ooh. It's going to be tough to get a shot. That rock is so large. Large in the margin, man. I mean, I don't want to keep this one. I'm trying to think what we can do with that rock. Dude, what are you... Dude, I'm not... No press, dude. No press. Let's see. When is this guy gonna look good? Never, because it's an Octorok. And they're ugly. And they hate me, and I don't like them for that. This is a good example of, like, the projectiles also. Along with the weapons that the enemies are holding... The projectiles also, they have to actually shoot at like a 45-degree angle away from the camera, not on axis with the lens, because you can't tell what the hell is happening. You just can never tell. I'm not that stoked with this guy. I don't want to spend too much time, but we can, like... Let's just get one. I really just love the landscape behind him. And those lava falls. We were trying to get some cool lava fall shots. I don't know if we got any really good... I don't like this guy. You know what? Smash your rock and then you can't hide anymore, man. can't smash those rocks. It's okay. Is it just like everything on Death Mountain will be one-shotted with the... Okay, well now he's mad that I hit his rock and... It's like I wanted to shoot at you, not the other way around. Durr. Give me those tentacles. Yeah, okay, so the... Yeah, no Lizalfo's back here yet. Not as of yet. I thought that would be the case, but whatever. What if? What's up, Goron? Dude, we did get a cool shot of this guy. Let's get one from this side. We shot him this way. Why did I shoot him this way last time? Because I was trying to get these lava falls. But in actuality, why would we not look this direction? Then we have that beautiful view of Death Mountain in the background. And some lava falls. And the Divine Beast. And this gentleman. This gentle Goron. Let's see, get him to face this direction. Ah, he doesn't stay that way. Well, I've just got to peer through the rock to see the Divine Beast. I don't really like this shot. Let's not take it. Let's not even take it. Take your purple rupee, though. Take your purple rupee, and I'll take the hammer back. No, we took this hammer from this person right here. And I stick by my choice to have done that. Because now I got a hammer to use. Let's just go straight to the top. Let's go straight to the top. Although, you know what? Let's check out Bridge of Eldon. That's probably rad. I do love my bridges in Makeout County. I do. So we'll slip on over to this shrine, and then we'll walk our way over to that bridge. Try to get a good shot of that. What time was it? It felt like it was like mid-afternoon. Not gonna get any good star shots yet, moon shots yet. Which direction do we want to go? Looks like we have to climb up. We just walk around right here. Walk around, and then walk up. Check out that bridge. I hear the music from Goron City. Something about that trumpet is like... It has like a lazy type of vibe. Like low, slow blown trumpet. It's like lazy. Laze. Okay, Bridge of Eldon. Oof. Oh, it's not. It's like low to the ground, though. Let's go see if it'll be a decent view from over here. Oh, wait, there's these things, too. Is there any enemies that we can fly? This thing, this is like the mini game for the Divine Beast. And you had to like did we scare him up to the top? Is that what happened? Or how did we, or did we scare him down? I forget how that worked. Let's launch over it. Let's see what happens when we throw one in here anyway. Whoops. Whoopsies. Bomberman Link, back in action. Oh wait, did that not work, or did it not go down into the thing long enough? Maybe it doesn't work once you, yeah. So it doesn't even fire, and if we're not at that point in the game, oh no, am I gonna be able to make it over there? That would be the good view. Yeah, no, I guess, mean, this bridge isn't the most epic of bridges. In true Goron fashion, it is hodgepodged and lazily built out of scrap metal, banged together. Now this side looks a little cooler because we can see that beautiful blue sky, but then I'd want something here. I need something interesting. And there's no enemies. No enemies to be seen. What is that little thing? Should I try to land on that rock? Why is that little tiny sliver of a rock right there? If you land on it, a Korok will appear. I don't think there's anything like that where the Korok just appears if you land on stuff, but let's see. Let's find out. It's just like, that's so... I mean, I'm sure it's just graphically a piece of rock that's down in there that they just either forgot to remove or they didn't realize that it was going to look like a weird thing like that, but I'm interested to land on it, dude. This is... Okay. What we're doing here is a little bit of a Pilot Wings type scenario. I'm gonna use my little paraglider, and really try to land on that thing very accurate. I don't even care if I die. Oh! I had it, and then I took a step. Okay, we're gonna get on there. Boy. I could perhaps be the only person that has ever landed on this rock. Just the mysterious portion of rock just in the lava. Is there anything good to shoot from down here? Did we give ourselves any kind of unique perspective? Not really. And now I'm stuck, huh? Now I cannot, because if I go in here, it'll just put me back on this same rock, right? Oh! No! Oh, okay. The game's like, you can't go back there, buddy. You weren't supposed to be there in the first place. That's fine, I'm not mad. Let's make our way up to the peak. Making my way downtown. Do-do-do.
Look at
Thank
that
you.
horse.
Thank you. Try my best. Try my best here. Land on small slivers of rock within the lava. Such a... I'm always so interested about that kind of stuff, though, because it's like somebody somewhere didn't see that. And probably should have. Okay, what have we got? Anything cool? Well, it's all pretty cool, but... What are these for? Are we doing anything with these? Is there a... When you see these stones... Wait, is there a little, like... Is there a cave down there that lava's flowing out of? I guess it'd just be whatever's over here. Okay, this is like a super secret little spot. Oh, you can't go through, though. Water slide! And if I climb... Water slide! Ah, you failed, Link. Okay, this is the segment of the show where we test the parameters of Death Mountain. Test the tolerance of the lava flows. Oh, let's also... Okay. I do really want to do... There's a couple things I really need to do. I need to go change... I'd like to change my hearts... or I'd like to change my upgrade from hearts to have a higher amount of energy. I think that is more beneficial. Because you can push your heart limit. What the benefit you get from that is that you have extra hearts with using like a hearty radish or something like that. A meal that'll add to your maximum heart level, and then that allows you to take a hit or two, but you can still use the Master Sword at full power with the little projectile thing, which obviously I'm not going to get right now because I don't have full health. Why don't we just health up? Why don't we? Sure. Why don't we have a speed boost? And then can I just eat like a raw meat to? No, I cannot. No, I cannot eat raw meat. That's true, but what we can do is just straight up cook this motherfucker right here. Woo! Yeah, watch that meat cook, Link. He's staring right at it. Atta boy. Okay. How do you do the... I'm just being silly. I forget how you use the Master Sword in this game. Oh well. I never really used the Master Sword, to be honest. Because I never got through the trials like a fool. Okay, is there no further path up here? No, here, we walk up here. Ooh, Moblin. Okay, finally somebody to love, dude. Oh shit, he's gonna smack me right off the mountain. Ah! Couldn't smack me because there's this rock here. You know what'd be cool is like a real low shot looking up like that. I like that perspective on him. Let's kite him over here. Ooh! Watch yourself, dude. Ah! Kick me like that, dude. Save it for now. Let's get away from this cannon. Unless we're going to use that as part of the composition. Just kind of eating into my frame. You're not going to see the lava on that side, so we got to go over here. Ooh, we're getting into night, too. Come over here, buddy. Come over here. Okay. Let's have him bear down on us from here. I want that top of the ridge. Ah. Oh no. Oh no. Hang on for dear life, Link. Here's the, you know what, you know, it's gonna be a cooler shot looking over the landscape, probably. Just a little portrait. A Moblin portrait. Ooh, look at that sunset behind him, too. Okay. I don't know. I feel like this is kind of a... Ooh, okay, dude, this is the perspective I want, though. That's cool. Ooh. That's a rad shot. I wish the top of the hammer was in there. Maybe if I get one... I also want to pan to the left. Maybe a tiny bit. That's kind of fun. Damn. What's he doing? Oh, he's stuck. I was like, what the hell is he... He's like putting the hammer out so that I can get a hold of it and climb back up. Shit. He's like so confused. Oh shit, throwing rocks at me now. That's kind of a cool shot. Oh, same thing, dude. It's like that hammer gets a little too close to my frame. Such a precarious spot to take a photo. There, you swing at me with that giant hammer, and I will stand right at the... Yep. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Whoops. Is it going to put me back up where he was, hopefully? How much further down? Damn it. Where did it even put us? I don't even know where we went now. Let me equip my hammer again. Shit. Okay, we're not that far. We're just down here. It's just interesting. It shows that spot. It's probably because we bounced and maybe it was... Head boy. Ah. Link, the regular punching bag. You know, I think we got that shot, at least a decent shot of this guy, so I'm inclined to spin attack this guy into oblivion. Yeah, call me MC Hammer, asshole. No room. Also, why the hell is there no durability level that you can see? Or am I crazy? Am I missing something? I was very excited because I thought at one point I was like, oh no, it's the blue bar on the edge of the thing. And it's like, no, that's just indicating what weapon you have equipped. But there's no way to tell how much more durability this thing has. You just kind of have to keep track of how many times you smacked somebody with it. But like, if you don't play for a whole week like I do, and you come back in, and then it's like, have I smacked people with this yet? Or either way, let's get rid of it because we have this new one to just grab anyway. Okay, let's get to the top. I'd love to get like a moonrise shot. Oh, that doesn't even take me that high. I would love a moonrise shot, or just a moon shot. From the top of Death Mountain. Let's see what we can get like that. Let's see what kind of perspectives we're gonna be able to find. Hell yes, yeah, that gave us some lift. Can I not? I don't know if I can get. I forget how far. We're gonna be wasting moonlight. The path over here. I think. Certain point you don't. I don't think you climb. I don't think you're supposed to really climb all the way to the top. I could be being silly. I do not remember if there's like an actual path. I think the only way you really get up there. Which, let's just jump up there now because I don't want to. Is there a path? No. See, I think that's the end of like the actual path. Right, yeah, because we kind of came along this ridge. There was the waterfall where we tested our durability. And then there's no other way up. I think you just use those. You're just walking through the tops of the mountain to get to those little cannons, and then you're just scaring Varadanya. Or you're shooting it with the rockets or the bombs to make it move a certain way or something, or it encourages it to go somewhere. I forget exactly what you're doing. Time to warp. I forget when you said that, but was that just now? I missed it. I missed it. Okay, Radunya. Not gonna ride on you. Okay, where's our moon? Look for a shadow. Ah, my beauty. My beautiful moon. I also want to fuck around, go down all the way down in there and see what we can do. If there's anything we can land in there. Oh. Thank you. 22 rolled. Valid, but that's fine. No, it's saying you're an invalid. Duh. The moon looks great. It's just that there's nothing we can really compose with it. You know what I mean? A 1 on a 20-sided die. Invalid number. What are you doing wrong? I don't even know what you're doing wrong. I gotta get my roll terminology down. What the fuck did I do wrong? Oh, we are definitely going to this spiral peninsula. I love that spot. Yeah, the moon's probably not going to be a good composition with the moon. Until it's further down towards the horizon now. Since we're not going to get any lower position to shoot tilted up towards the moon. Unless, here's what we could do. Here would be a really cool shot. Let's go get, in fact, I'm just going to teleport back over there. Let's try to get a shot of the Divine Beast, like a nice close-up of its little face. Odds are getting worse. 16 on an 88-sided die? Wait. Wait, yeah, what were you doing wrong the first time, though, on the rolls? Because you did 1 d20? All you have to do is roll 22? Yeah, that's all you got to do. I want to roll. Roll 20. 13. Lucky. Lucky 13. Okay, so I'm thinking. Here's our Mooney. Let's get down. Is there like a spot I'm gonna be able to land? And I know we can't go too far, too close to the Divine Beast. It's powering up its shot. See, like this, something like this from here. I can't land here, obviously. But is there like a small spot I can land just down below? Gotta be able to stand, though. Okay. Yeah, something like this. Oh, this could be great, dude. I kind of wish I could look down. Let's see if we can inch a little bit closer here. I want to be able to, like, inch. I was, like, hoping... It's like as I'm tiptoeing as close as we can get to this thing, it's like doing the dit 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 music. It's very fitting. Very fitting. Ooh, and the moon's about to break through over there. See, like this shot could be rad, dude. Don't make me climb. Don't make me climb, Link. Ooh, yeah, see something like this? Okay, now Mooney, you gotta come into my frame, my friend. It's like a little strained. God, I need to be just like a tiny bit higher up. Oh, no! Come on, dude! Oh, God, that's such a bummer. Okay, I think I can get back to that little spot pretty quick, though. I know my limit there. Fuck. I'm gonna miss the moon, though. Oh, my God, dude. Such an annoying... Yeah, okay, great. Let me skip and stop. Okay. Fuck. God damn, dude. The freaking sensitivity on that divine beast, man. Pilot wings! Okay, where were we? We were, like, down here. Okay, so, like, right here, I think, is where we were. Like, able to... The moon is right behind its little, like, pedal hood. Pedal-type hood face thing. Ooh. That's silly, dude. Ah. Damn, that could have been... That was kind of close to being cool. I missed I missed it, though, because we got teleported like an asshole. That could have been a sweet shot. Whatever. We'll get it at sun or wait around and do a sunrise shot like that. Something like this. Maybe move a little bit closer this way. Also kind of wish it was holding focus. Maybe it's just like the heat distortion. Ugh. I wouldn't have even minded this shot here if the moon had been just over there. It's just like I was just a little bit too far to the camera right to get the moon to pop around that little pedal type mechanism that it's like a mouth thing or whatever it is. Almost a really cool shot. And obviously I would have preferred the moon to just have been in that top left corner of the frame. That would have been ideal. In terms of balancing stuff, but I don't know. It just really doesn't feel that great. If I had free reign of my positioning, I would probably have been up even further because I would like to look down. From the divine beast. I probably would have been up near, like up in there. Or like up here would have been perfect, but obviously I'm at my limit in terms of how close we can get and the available positions to stand on. Excuse me. But again, we can get like maybe a cool sunrise shot. Originally I just wanted a shot of its face with the moon kind of popping around, but I wasn't frontal enough on it for that to feel right. But then when I saw that we got this laser beam aimed right at the castle, that felt kind of cool. What if I'm down here? Is this going to fuck me over too? Yep. I'm still going to go back there, though. I'm still going to go back. You can tell me as many times as you want. The flower lady can throw me out of the flower patch as many times as she wants. I'm trampling on those flowers. I will trample on them. I'll trample, but I would never tread. I would never tread. It's just something, you know, we Americans just won't do. Sorry. Oh, fuck. Maybe I did tread. I think I tread. Sorry, Divine Beast. Let's fly around the other side of this thing. Maybe, well, the moon wouldn't... Come on, dude. Like, what is... I'm just curious from like a game programming perspective, like what was that limit? What would it do if we did get close to it? Like, what problem if I was standing on top of it? What then would happen? So you can't see its face enough from this spot. This wouldn't have been a bad perspective. This is closer to the height I would have needed. But I want to be on the other side of this arm, because this arm or leg is blocking its face and blocking the little, like, actual laser, the epicenter from where that laser's coming from. And then I really probably should have just stayed. Here's what I should have done. We'll teleport back over there in a second. What I should have done is had been situated right about here, and just focused on getting a cool shot of maybe the castle and the moon setting just over the horizon above the castle. That could have been cool. But the landscape doesn't look great, and there's so much distortion from the heat that I don't know how cool any of that would have looked. I just assume it would have been good. That's the safe assumption to make. All right, let's see how far Link can get down into the actual mountain. There should be what they should have done is put like a tiny little island right at the very center and bottom down there, and then there should have been a Korok or like a cave inside one of these little mountain, these little cliff faces. That could have been really cool. But you know what? Some creatives just they don't have the same you know, ideas, and then they don't throw them into your game. Thus, why we have to stream so that we can give the ideas to these people. Dude, that actually, here's the thing. That little rock that we landed on, it is on the map. I see the little rock there, the little tiny little sliver. There's also a tiny little sliver there. And there's a bunch of tiny slivers down here. That's where I'm interested in landing. But I don't see... I do not see a landing spot. Let's launch over it. There's also not going to be any really cool images from down here, but that's fine. We're experimenting. We're searching. You know, we're checking out what kind of perspectives we can get here. It's all in good fun. Go buy a lotto ticket. Exactly. My motto is, if you want to win a lottery, you gotta make the money to buy the ticket. Do you know what that is from? Oh shit! Oh, you can't even go. There's like a distance you can't even fly down. It's actually a movie. It's actually a good movie to review on my thing. Photography, not photography. Photography in this movie. And if you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so you can't get any further down than... Yeah, okay. It just automatically makes you drop. Silly. If you want to win the lottery, you got to make the money to buy a lotto ticket. Anybody? No? Maybe? Horseshoe? What does a horseshoe do? Is anybody listening to me? Anyway, it's from a movie called Nightcrawler, which is a pretty intense movie. The movie's pretty gnarly. Bill Paxton, the late great R.I.P. Paxton man. Both Bill Paxton and Jake Gyllenhaal play videographers. I don't know what... I should know what their actual designation. They like go to breaking news story areas and try to get footage of those breaking news stories and stuff. Specifically violent crimes. But they like talk about there's a great scene of Bill Paxton talking about the new video camera he got. I forget the specs that he throws out at Jake Gyllenhaal, but that Jake Gyllenhaal's all jealous of his new camera gear and shit is fucking awesome. It's awesome. And again, it's ripe for photography in thing. Okay, so where do we want to go now? Where do we want to go? Where should we go? Well, we said we were going to check out... I think we can finally start making our descent onto... Is this supposed to look like a little crab? Doesn't that look like a little pincer and like crab legs and like a little crab? Am I crazy? It's a little crab. Gorko Tunnel, Gorko Lake. Bridge of Elm. We don't want to go there. We said we're going to check out this spot. We're going to go to Gut Check Rock. So let's make our way that direction. We'll fly down, though. We're going to fly down. Let's go, like, check out this little ridge above. I also want to do hot springs. This is where we got that sweet shot of the shrine being guarded by the Lozalfos. That was fun. We got a... Looks like we got a boss there, which is probably just another Igneous Talus. Ignatia! Yeah, let's fly down, and we'll just kind of jump over here. Well... Fly from the top. The great beast, the divine beast. Yeah, just fly from the very top, you doofus. Although we're probably gonna land in the lava. Oh, come on, dude. Come on. Gotta be joking. This way. Can't fly over the center of Death Mountain. You lose everything. Yeah, don't fall too far. Linkish. Linkovich Chimovsky. Doing his thing. Just Gut Check Rock. Gut Check Rock and some hot springs. Rad. Yeah, what's that? I see some like glistening. Probably one of the spots I marked to mine. There's not going to be any there's usually like very few enemies on these areas up here though. I was lucky when we first went to the Fallen Star Fragment last time. It was like there was one bat flying around it and I got kind of excited. I was like, that's good. There's the element that we're going to include to shoot, and then oh, here we go. Okay, we'll get one of these guys. Or both of them. I've been trying to get shots of these fools. First of all, I like the portrait of two of them next to each other. That's kind of cool just by itself. Include some more of those. Oh, it's like they're like overlooking. Oh, that's so cute, dude. They look like a little couple, which I'm going to go ahead and tell you that they are. They got a beautiful little family. What do they have next to them? Oh, there's a lizard. Triple shot, dude. just don't like the rock on the... Yeah, okay, perfect. Give me a better option with this composition here, maybe. Lizard's keeping an eye on me. Okay, so put that next... Raise your head up, right side ostrich. That's kind of cute. I liked it better when they were right next to each other, though. I thought that was kind of cute. Let's get a cool shot for the compendium, too, of one of these. Oof. I mean, well, it's not going to happen now. Okay. Did want to get one shot. See if we can get one of these guys overlooking maybe one of these... Run towards me. Run towards me. No, come back. Come back. We have your money. No. Damn, these things are so erratic. Whatever. I got that couple portrait. That's cute. Yeah, I don't know, something about that's kind of cute. They're all just standing next to each other. I don't think that's the... I think I would have preferred this angle, because it kind of looks like they're just gazing at that lake of fire. The ground looks like garbage, though. Could have tilted up and included more of the beautiful sky. I don't think either of these shots are that great, though. I must save the one of the couple, though. I like this couples. The couple of cute little Eldon ostriches. Oh, God, I wish the moon was in this shot. We can always go back. I guess I could go back and get that shot. I mean, we could wait for night and then just go up there. Maybe we'll do that really quick so we can achieve that shot we were going for. Knowing where the moon will fall, which is actually maybe this is a great experiment, because if the moon falls in that exact same spot, it might be safe to assume that the moon's position in the sky doesn't change. Although, again, I could be being a foolish person about that. Let's just delete that one. Keep this one because it was close to what we wanted. I do want one of these shots of the moblin. Not that one. I don't want to do a review right now, but... So yeah, we'll keep all those. This one's no good. We'll keep between those two, though. We'll keep those. This one's total garbage. Damn, we barely shot anything. Boring. Okay, moving on, dude. Let's get the... We got a speed thing. We gotta shoot some photos. So here's what I'm gonna do. Let's go... We'll go scout down here really quick. Let's go scout down in here. Scope out this sitch. Because I did want, like, a hot springs shot. And then there will most likely be a fireplace. And then we'll wait for the fireplace. Or we'll wait by the fireplace for night. And then we'll go back up once the moon is fallen down. We'll do something around this spot at night. We don't really utilize the... we don't utilize the time. Yeah, we can sleep right here. But first we're going to scope the sitch. Ooh, first of all, this is a cool shot here. Would be cooler at night, so we'll shoot that. We'll shoot a shot of that at night in a second. We'll just just want to see what else we have down in here. I think there is a Stalnox around here, is there not? I thought there was a Stalnox over here somewhere. There could have been, and maybe if you defeated. It's gone. Oh no! Boom! Stalnox, bro. Okay, Stalnox battle. Ooh. It's like an okay ostrich shot. Not really. I mean, I would have... No, not the greatest, but at least we got one while they were running away. I'm trying to get one of those on Death Mountain for weeks. Oh yeah, run back this way now, asshole. These trees look great. Let's do something with this. Let's do this Stalnox. Let's fight this Stalnox. Then maybe we won't have to sleep through the rest of this day cycle. What's up, buddy? You look like fun. Ooh. I'm loving this sunset vibe going on here. I do want to be a little bit more elevated. Maybe so we can get... Well, first of all... Yeah, what else do we want to compose in the background? Obviously Death Mountain, right? So we kind of want to swing him this way. Barreling towards us. I also would like to put him, compose him in front of the sky as opposed to those rocks. That's pretty sweet. Let's get him. He's a... Can you grab the weapons when he's... Ow! You can... I swear I saw a grab. Oh, but I'm not going to be able to grab anything because I don't have free space. Let's get rid of this. Ah! Took your weapons. Now you ain't got. You only got one thing on your necklace, asshole. Okay, so what's our best view on Death Mountain? Oh, the sunset looks so epic right now. It's just that there's nothing back there. We could give a... It's a bad idea. I need more food. Food items. Okay, be in the hot spring, so it's like... Should have tilted up a tiny bit, but that's fine. I also would love these trees, so let's do this. We'll get one shot of him with the sunset background. Okay, ideally, here's what he's gonna do. He's gonna get kited over here. And we're gonna... Ooh. Okay, just separate him from those trees a little bit. I'm gonna swing camera right. That should separate him a tiny bit from those trees because he's getting a little bit lost, or the trees are getting lost behind him. Put him more to the right side of the frame. Oh, fuck, he moves too fast, dude. Yeah, and he doesn't, like... I guess I can kind of force him to stop if I move towards him so as to do that. Come on, no. Was he gonna break the tree down? Oh no, he just can't. He's like, that's how I get to you. Oh, walking up here. I love these trees though. Those gnarled, twisted trees look great. Come on, buddy. You gotta come on this side here. And then I'll get him to halt here for just a second by getting close enough for him to start performing an attack. Ooh. Same thing though. I want to see that other tree that's behind his right arm. So I'm gonna swing camera left again, and then he will approach a tiny bit closer, which is fine. I'm loving the light breaking through from the sunset. You can see those light rays breaking through the tree. That's great from the steam coming off the hot spring. Boom. That's what I'm talking about. Tiny bit of a rock in the bottom right corner. It's kind of bugging me. Try to tilt up a little bit more and move, again, little bit camera right. I mean, sorry, camera left, tiny bit more. Boom, dude. Okay, that's pretty cool. Let's save that one, and then I like that image of that side of the sunset. Now once the night cycle begins... Whew. Whoa! Hinox. Maybe we'll get a shot of him about to bust our ass. Oh, yeah. Let's also, why not? I mean, I think I have one more defense buff, right? Attack up, or I'm not going to be doing attacks. I'll do a hasty thing for now. That's fine. That's a sweet shot. I'm not stoked that I cut his feet off and his arms out of the frame, but if I zoom in so that we're up towards his waist, maybe we can alleviate that issue. But I also want to see those trees at the bottom of the frame, so I'd rather widen out. He's gonna grab a tree trunk. No? Does he not? Maybe this one doesn't grab tree trunks? It's kind of a cool shot. Might have shot at him on this side too, so that we got a we have him actually in good light here, since that is the direction the light's coming from. We had him backlit before, basically. Get that beautiful sunset glow, and we got a little bit of those hot springs, which is kind of our goal coming down into this spot. We tried to get hot springs the first run through up to Death Mountain, and then we kind of did not, so now we are fixing that glitch. Ooh, yeah, okay. Seeing some stars. I'm seeing a nice glow to that lava flowing down from Death Mountain. Let's get him. Let's see, where would we want to compose something like that? So he should be here up on top of this little plateau, this little ridge. Oh no. Shit, see now these arms and shit might be in the frame. That's a bummer. Where's our moon going to be coming from? Right over here. Probably going to be behind that mountain. Let's get one shot of this guy with Death Mountain in the background. Then I want to teleport back up to the top. Oh, he's licking his lips. Ooh. There we go. That is great, dude. Where's the moon? It would have to be, we'd have to wait. I think it's going to be way too low. That's great, though. We got hot spring under his feet. Hard to tell if those are hot springs, but we know. We got a beautiful view on those trees that we love. And then we have the glow from the lava on Death Mountain pretty well balancing with a little bit of orange glow from his eyeball, I guess, on the left side of the frame, kind of. Probably could have tilted up a slight bit here. Maybe I'll try to shoot one more shot. I'm gonna move camera right. Try to get one more shot as he's approaching closer. He'll be a little bit larger in the frame. Try to get him to be perfectly composed in front of the sky, if we can. That's great, but we kind of lost the Death Mountain in the background now. There we go. That's pretty cool. I've mentioned this before. It's nice when a large creature like this is completely filling the frame from top to bottom, because that emphasizes its height and its scale, I would like to say. So I don't actually. He's like very, 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 very close to riding the top edge of the frame there. I also like there's like a little bit of edge light around his right arm. That's a great shot. I'm gonna save that for now. Where's the moon? I feel the moon's light. There she is. Ooh, that looks good. Does the moon come up opposite of where you are or something? I swear this is on a different... I don't know. We'll see. Again, we're gonna use the reference of that last shot we took from the top of Death Mountain and see if the moon is gonna land in the exact same spot when it's setting. Look at that cool shot, though. Okay. What sucks here is that we're not gonna be able to compose the moon with Death Mountain in the background as well, because I would have loved that one shot. It's a great shot. Maybe we can get a better shot of the Stalnox for the compendium here. I think this shot we just took is almost better. Had I let the moon ride a little bit closer to his body, it would have been in the frame as well in that shot, and I definitely would have kept it. I think I like that shot better than this one of him holding a log, though. Oh, schnapps, dude. Full album? No. Okay. Let's go through these Stalnox shots real quick. I'm not going to delete all of them. Well, first of all, this is stupid. Stupid. Bye. Again, there's our reference point for where the moon set during that shot we wanted. I love that couple's picture. This shot's not that great. This shot's definitely not that good. I don't want to delete all of them. This shot I'm not a fan of just because of the crop on his limbs. Not a bad over the shoulder with Death Mountain over his right shoulder. That's kind of cool. Otherwise, no. This shot. This shot's kind of I like no on this one. God, we took a lot of this guy already. Yeah, the view looking towards Death Mountain, I'm going to like these night shots better anyway, so I know I can delete those. This one where he's reaching out, gave him way too much headroom. Top left... top side and left side, top left quadrant, just nothing, devoid of all details. No. These shots are cool. Pick those apart later. Love that shot of him with the moon. We have a prime opportunity to get some more of those, so we'll keep shooting that away. This shot's pretty boring. No. This shot's like, really got to feel the composition. I think between these two, I like this one better. than this one. And this one, his left hand is obscuring that tree just below his left hand. Whereas this one, you see the tree clearly behind it, so that kind of gives you a nice. Then there's those 3 trees in the frame. So yeah, no on this one. And then this is basically this shot. Oh, but that other one I had cropped out that little rock in the bottom right corner. Oh well. I still like his pose there better and all that stuff, so whatever. This one, no. And this is basically this shot. So we don't have the weird little rock obscuring that bottom corner here, but then here we have the better separation of all the elements in the frame. So let's leave those two and we'll debate those later. I can guarantee you I'm going to like this one where he's closer to the camera anyway, so let's just delete the one where he's further back. And then that should have given us some good room. Although, what did we say? We were going to delete some things. We had things on the chopping block ready to go. Yep, we had this one. Lizalfos, Garden the Bridge. Meh. Bye. This one of the Fallen Star Fragment. I mean, It's like the Star Fragment. It's not very prominent. I think I was very proud of myself for those rocks breaking and falling and giving us that other piece of texture to the bottom corner where there was nothing. That whole landscape right there looked very drab and boring. So having those land in that little pocket there, that was kind of cool. And again, that puff of red that is encircling the laser from the Divine Beast. We learned that that's a good thing to wait for if we're composing those in the frame. But other than that, we can delete that one. It's nothing that special. Nothing that special. I like this shot because this shot builds. Yeah, we have to explain that right now. We review these later. You know what? This shot, this sunset over Hateno Village, it's a great shot. I love it. But we can kind of come back and get this any time at sunset. And the clouds actually might end up looking better. Not that they're bad. Not that bad there, but I don't know. I feel like this shot, it's just easy to achieve. So it will be deleted. Unlike these action shots that are like very difficult to choose from. Something special happening in every single one. Okay, yes, this one's cute. But I like it. Yeah, I'll save that one. I'm gonna save that one. The lovebirds. And then I think we got some room. So let's actually want to save because I don't know how long it's been since we saved. And then we gotta get some better stall knock shots with this moon. Beautiful, but we can compose better. Okay, where do we want to put him? Oh, look at that moon. And we're close to a full moon, huh? That's what that looks like to me. Oh, stop swimming! Although I'm gaining health, so that's nice, but... What are you... Oh! Why is your eye closed? There we go. Ooh, that's a great shot, dude. Got those beautiful trees on the bottom of the frame. He's fully held within the frame. Got the beautiful moon glowing just above his right shoulder. That's great. The clouds aren't the best right there. I think we could get better clouds. It's actually kind of worse when the clouds come into play, though, because they can obscure the moon too much or just completely hide it. Love that shot, though. Again, it only sucks that the moon's on this side because now we're not going to be able to... Yeah, the moon's on the completely other side of the map. So it must have something to do with where I am? And that determines where the moon rises, maybe? Does that make sense? I gotta look up how this actually works. Because now if we go up Death Mountain, I mean, because last time it set on this, I mean, unless it's traveling over the land this way, is that what's happening? I don't know how that would make sense, because we're looking, I mean, it's like headed in this direction. Whatever. Whatever. Ooh. That's pretty cool. Not crazy about the little bit of ground that I kept in the bottom portion of the frame. I love these gnarled trees, so I gotta get those in the frame. Ah, and I'm getting health. Getting health in your compositions. Oh, wait, why didn't I shoot that? Ah, licking his lips. His eyes gotta be open, though. Oh, come on now. Shit, we're getting so... The moon's getting so high. Close up! Stupid branch obscuring everything. Okay, let's give him an open space to land. So I don't mind kiting him through here because... Oh, can he not walk through this deep of water? I want him like here. This could be cool because we can get him... He's in the water. Okay, he's doing his little licking thing. So I gotta push in, tilt up, and pan just a little bit to the right. Oh! Damn, it's too hard to hold his feet in the frame. Because that means we lost our view on that hot spring. And that's kind of one of those elements we wanted to include. I don't mind. That's a gorgeous shot. I need a wider lens. Let's see if we can do some magic and try to get it in there. I can't, man. Oh, shit. Do you see the dragon? Oh! Wait a minute, dude. Okay. Moon, dragon, and him. I'm gonna save that shot, though. Holy crap. Okay. Oh, no, dude. Don't ruin this for me, Hinox. That's pretty cool. What else is he gonna do? Oh! Dude, he's just blocking a little bit of the dragon. Is he just like leaving me alone now? Don't leave me alone. Oh, dude. Things are just getting good, dude. Yeah. Man, why is the dragon so high up? Oof. Where's he going, dude? Oh, is it because it's night and it's... He can't fight after... Ah! Damn, it's so hard to get all three of these things together in the frame because they're in such weird positions. Oh. Just toss that log at me, asshole. Damn, we're gonna lose as our last shot we can get with the moon. And the dragon. Possibly. Ah. Ah, God. No. Goodbye, moon. Good night, moon. Man, why did he have to block when he raised his arms up like that? Oh. Fuck. You ain't giving me no quarter here, are you, fool? Okay, I don't know. It feels so extreme. Now that the moon's gone. Which it looks like the dragon kind of followed the moon. It's like chasing after it. There we go. It's like nothing in the background. It's so boring. Oh, goodness. Oh, that was so close to some magic. Hang on a second, dude. Oh, like this one. If the Stalnox didn't block the dragon, or if I had tilted down a little bit here. Close-eyed, no. Just make some room real quick. I like that shot. This is kind of cool. And this all would have been real special had we had Death Mountain in the backdrop, but no. Closed eye, no. Damn, like these shots just like boring with Death Mountain in the background when you... Once you start getting those special elements in the frame, those rare stuff like the frickin' dragon. Oh well, okay, let's take out this Stalnox, or this Hinox. I keep saying... I think I've said like Stalnox like 100 times already. You ain't nothing. You got nothing, fool. Ha! Give me that halberd. Can't carry any more melee weapons. Ooh. Tell me what I can and can't do. What weapon do I want to get rid of for that thing? Definitely this cobbler crusher thing. This thing sucks. Thank you, Stalnox. Dying. Purple cloud. Thank you. Pre-cooked meat and some toenail. Appreciate it. Well, that was freaking rad. Let's do a sunrise self-portrait right here amongst the amongst these beautiful trees. I kind of want something like that, where Link's like, oops. He's just chilling. See which side's better. Like this. Something like this. Yeah. Chilling at the hot spring. Sweet. Damn, that was pretty cool, man. Let's do a review and then I'm gonna wrap up. Not going to edit these right now because it's gonna take a minute to decide which ones we like better. Damn, dude, when Din Raw came around, this shot's pretty cool. See again, but when he raised his arms up, like, that was rad. He didn't do that. He only did that like once during the entire battle, this pose. It's just like it feels so empty. Like the background feels so empty behind them. Still rad. But like for like maybe this one feels pretty well balanced. I don't know. Like none of them feel that great to me. Very hard to get all those things in line with the changing of the just moving around the map right there, going from a slightly lower perspective to a slightly higher perspective and trying to dance around him trying to attack me and kiting him to the right area. I mean, this one's, you know, not that good, but I do wish I tilted down a little bit to get his full mouth in the frame here. That could have been a decent shot. Anyway, that was a fun little Stallnox or Hinox battle, which did turn out, it came out pretty cool. I think even though those shots of the dragon in the frame made it special, I just don't think they came out that great. So I think I'm gonna enjoy. Like, I love this shot. This shot is awesome. Some of them are pretty obviously bad crops. This one, I wish we would have gotten him fully standing in the water. We missed that opportunity. The moon was a little bit too high, so I had to tilt up just to make sure it was still in my frame. Good shit, though, dude. Good shit. Shot's pretty cool, too. Wish you could see the stars better. There's also no real star view going on. Probably this one, my favorite. So yeah, we did that Stallnox or the Hinox shot shoot. Hinox at Elden Canyon, or what is this exact spot called? Hinox at I'm gonna say we're at Gut Check Rock or the Gut Check Rock Hot Springs. Yeah, I'll say the Gut Check Rock Hot Springs. Say that 10 times fast. Beautiful shots there. It's gonna be definitely one of those. Will be the shot of the day. We'll pick that in a second. I do love this shot of the little Elden Ostrich couple gazing over that beautiful lava lake. We'll go back maybe at the beginning of next stream. We'll try this again. I do want to try to get a beautiful shot of the moon just above the horizon with a similar shot like this, with the tiny edge of the divine beast and its laser beam shooting towards the castle. Which, dude, we gotta do a big Hyrule Castle day. We'll storm the castle one of these days. Not today. I feel like the closest we got is we went over there during Halloween-ish time. And yeah, so I think it's more of a Halloween-y type vibe, maybe. This shot's okay of the Moblin with the actual Death Mountain peak behind him. He's looking rather menacing. It's okay. And then that was it, dude. I feel like we barely got any good stuff. We were just adventuring around looking for so long. And then we futzed around. We futzed around with this Divine Beast shot for maybe a little bit too long. Oh well. Anyway, shot of the day. It's got to be one of these Hinox shots. God, this one was so close to being cool. Although something about these ones where we're looking up into the sky and it's just like it's too simplified. There's like not enough background content because it like it feels two-dimensional or very you know, flat, two-dimensional because there's no middle ground. It's just our foreground object, which is the Hinox, and then our background objects, which is the cloud cover, the moon, and the dragon. So, shot of the day. I'll say it is... I like this one. I think I like this one the best. He's got an interesting pose. We can see a little bit of the hot springs. You see a little bit of those trees. And the moon looks great. The moon looks fucking gorgeous. Wish there was like a little bit something happening in the sky, maybe a little more. Like I said, the stars breaking through would have been fantastic, but that didn't happen. This one's pretty cool too, though. Maybe it's that one. I'm just kind of bummed his feet are getting a little lost in the bottom of the frame here. But overall, the frame feels filled in a way that it feels a little empty in this shot. So actually, I'm changing my mind slightly. This is the shot of the night. Beautiful moon. The Hinox looks great. The trees are very prominent. The color is great. I'll say it's that one. Very nice. Deleted. No, just kidding. No deleted. So I won't delete any of these, and we'll go over. We'll look at all these in greater detail at the beginning of the next stream. Yeah, I'm interested to see if I maybe can justify why one of these looking up at the sky shots are great. But they feel a little boring. This one looks like a selfie that the Hinox took. Like he's holding the camera out in front of him. He's like, look, there's a dragon behind me. Selfie. Hinox selfie time. And yeah, that is it. Let's save. Bueno. We're still in self-portrait mode. Will I load back in still in self-portrait mode? That's actually a funny thing to check. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, that's a wrap, folks. Pretty decent. I think it's a decent day. I feel like we didn't really get anything all that special, but that Hinox battle at the end, not too shabby. As usual, it does seem we have spoken of how things tend to get more exciting right at the end for some reason. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's like maybe it has something to do like psychologically. I know that there's like this last ditch effort, but there's so many things that have to line up for that to happen that the timing just always works out like that. I don't know, it's crazy. I love it. Probably better to go out with a bang than a fizzle. So that's fine. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed it. Hope it was fun and entertaining. I hope you took some cool photos during the stream, because again, you get that 2.523 time multiplier for your points of the day if you're shooting photos while we're photographing here on the stream. And if you did, again, if you have any cool photos that you took in any game, doesn't have to be Zelda, although you do get an added multiplier for Zelda shots, of course. But check out our Discord, because we have a great place to share your in-game photography images with a group of people that will very much appreciate it and give you good feedback. I have loved all the stuff that my friends are doing over there, and the photos that I'm seeing taken in every game that people are posting game photos from. So thank you if you've been posting. Thank you very much. My buddy Gary's doing a lot of great stuff with that Fallout 4 photo mod, which I'd love to try at some point. Maybe I can steal your computer or something, Gary, and borrow it for a stream. I just got to plug in my capture card, and we're pretty much ready to go with whatever machine we want. But yeah, check out Discord if you want. If you want to post some stuff on there and just share your work, we would very much appreciate it. I'd love to see other people's photography. We also have a great reel photography section on there if you want to share some real photos, which I do sometimes. And I will say again, I'm not the best with keeping track of pretty much any social media, so I apologize if I miss anything that you post on there. But rest assured, we very much appreciate it, and I've been trying. I've been getting better about checking in and keeping tabs on what's happening. Also, might as well just do all our socials. If you want to watch previous streams, check out the YouTube. Most of these will end up on YouTube eventually, as well as the full-fledged photography in Zelda Breath of the Wild video that we're really producing every time we do one of these streams, working on our content for that every time we're doing these. So those will be up eventually. Instagram, mostly real photography when we do photo shoots here in the studio, or when we do one of the photo edits on the stream. Been meaning to get back into that. I have so much content. The reason I started doing those photo edits is because I realized I have so much content that I've never shared with anybody. So many photos. I've been shooting photography. My first digital photos that I have on my hard drive are from 2004. So I'm getting close to 20 years of photos that I've not done anything with. And when I realized the potential for the use of those photos that I've never done anything with, I was like, we can do edits on the stream, and then I can be sharing those photos. It kind of made a lot of sense. It's a good way to utilize that stuff. And obviously, the concept for that came up during COVID when I was not able to really go out and shoot very much. And now that I'm going out and shooting and doing other things, I'm just piling on more content to do edits of. And so I kind of slowed down and reevaluated how we would do that. So we're going to do more of those soon. Don't worry. I have a couple of the first next ones we're going to do picked out and ready to go. So obviously, if you want to see the real life photo stuff, that's all on Instagram. But we will also do video game photography stuff on there as well eventually. I haven't been doing too much of it yet. Twitter is mostly alerts for when we're going live. And if you want to support the stream, obviously the best thing you can do really is hang out here, follow the stream, chat when we're streaming, things like that. That's a very supportive thing to do. But if you would like to help the stream grow and support us even better, obviously Patreon is a great place to check out to help support what we're doing here in the dark room. What else do we got? We got anything else? I think that's pretty much it. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their evening. I'll be back tomorrow for Photography Friday in Fallout. Be blasting some fools into the air, taking some cool photos of corpses flying around and explosions and such. There's some special events going on right now, so maybe I might do more event photography, play around in some of the events, mess around, shoot some people having fun. That might be a cool thing to do. So if you're free, come check that out. Either way, I hope you all have a great weekend. Hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. And as usual, take care. Take pictures. Don't lose your dinosaur. I'll see you all soon. Peace. I love you all. Peace all. Goodbye all. You guys are amazing. I love you. Y'all keep me going, man. Y'all make everything worthwhile. I'm gonna throw a snack your way. Snack you all. Because I really appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your evening, people. Peace.